विशावहै। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikagni Kalaya Kalagni Rudraya Neelakantaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Shriman Mahadevaya Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hari Om, salutations to all. Shubha Krishna Janmashtami. One of the reasons why Shravan is very dear to Bhagwan Shiva is this. That is, the avatar of Bhagwan happened in this month. When we do contemplation on the formless, what are we trying to do? We are trying to negate who I am not and assert who I am. And when the mind has become quiet, through breath observation, through deep breathing, if required, mantra jap also can be done. We are not doing it here because our duration is less. So having quietened the mind, having prostrated to the Guru, in that quiet mind, when we slowly chant whatever the shloka is or a mantra, which is having pointers to the self, then those words, they indicate a state. We have to lift the mind to that state, knowing that that state of consciousness is my true nature. We are not thinking of something other than us. The mind has a tendency to objectify. So it always thinks of that consciousness. It always thinks of something else. It is our nature. So when we say sākṣīkahaṃ nija-bodha-rūpā, I am that nature of that Kashi, effulgent consciousness, which is of the nature of self-awareness. The small I that we think we are, the Jiva, the body, Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, all that, we are negating that, ki I am not that, but I am the enlivener of that. I am the consciousness. And the word consciousness, or whichever word, nija-bodha-rūpā, whatever word we use to indicate the self, what are we doing with that? The word we let go, meaning of the word also we let go. What state it indicates, that we have to take. So suppose somebody says that Ramesh, come here. Now whoever is Ramesh, what will that Ramesh do? He is not thinking that some Ramesh is being called. He is not thinking that Ramesh, that word, is being called. He is not thinking that Ramesh means the Lord of Ram, Lord of Rama is Lakshmi. He is not thinking of the word, he is not thinking of meaning, he is not thinking of objectifying somebody else. What he is saying, he is rejecting that objectification, he is rejecting the word, rejecting the meaning of the word, but he is taking the indication that that word Ramesh is indicating me. So I am being called So he goes. This we do regularly in so many things. Suppose somebody says, bring water. Now, that word water we let go. The whatever our understanding of that chemical composition is H2O, that also we let go. And we bring water. Maybe in a cup, in a glass, in a thermos, whatever, but we bring water. Why? Because what it is indicating, that substance we bring. So in that way, in nididhyasana, that is what we are doing. That we are using the pointers of the self to discover that very state of consciousness which is my nature. Not some consciousness out there, not some abstract thing. And that's why we are not seeking something which is unknown. Vedanta is not saying, because some people think that, have you seen God? What are you searching? Do you even know God exists? Of course we know. That is aham, aham, aham every single moment in our own heart. Some unknown factor one is not searching. One is only trying to abide in that state of consciousness which is one's own nature, which one has as though forgotten. And so falsely identified with this Jiva. So one is not searching some unknown entity, some abstract, nameless, formless, some truth somewhere. It is right here and now in our own heart as I am, I am, I am. Every single moment it is existence, consciousness, bliss. So this is what we do. Now today the third verse of this Kashika Stotram, koṣeṣu pañcasv adhirājamānā buddhir Bhavānī prati deha-geham sākṣī Shiva sarvagato'ntarātmā kāśikāhaṃ nija-bodha-rūpā. So Kashi, as we know, is Panchakroshi. Bhagwan Shiva created Kashi as Panchakroshi. So what is Panchakroshi? That is the distance. 75 kilometers. So 75 kilometers is the supposed to be the physical area. 75 Panchakroshi, and that's the main Kashi. Today there may be a lot of other development all around, etc. But Kashi as a kshetra is Panchakroshi. What is the indication here? This Panchakroshi is called here as Panchakosha. This body, when we are saying this is Kashi, so in this the 5 sheaths, this is the Panchakoshi. And it is enlivened by whom? It is enlivened by this Kāśikā, which is consciousness, sākṣīkahaṃ. That consciousness which enlivens these 5 koṣas. And in that specifically buddhir Bhavānī. So koṣeṣu pañcasv adhirājamānā. The sovereignty of this consciousness extends over the 5 sheaths. Buddhi Bhavānī. Mother Parvati or Bhavānī is the buddhi. And where prati deha-geham. In each body, meaning not only my body is the Kashi, each Jiva, the body is Kashi. And in each of these Jivas, the buddhi is the Divine Mother, Bhavānī. Buddhi Bhavānī. Sākṣī śivaḥ. Shiva is the sākṣī, consciousness. Sarvagato'ntarātmā. And just like buddhi is in the all the jivas, same way This consciousness is also in each one as their inner self, Antaratma. And that consciousness is everywhere, not only in the Jiva, sarvagataha. That sākṣī in me is that all-pervasive consciousness. That's what it means. And that consciousness is what is Kāśikā, that consciousness is nija-bodha-rūpā. It's of the nature of self-awareness. So this is the meaning, pañcakosha. Now pañcakosha, these five elements, five koṣas, five sheaths. What are these five sheaths? Annamaya kosha, the body made up of food, sustained by food, finally it will become food. You know the definition of food, annam. In Taittiriya Upanishad is very nice. What is annam? Adyate atticha bhutani. That which is eaten by the beings and which eats the beings. How interesting. What is eaten by us? We think we are consuming it and we are enjoying it and dosa and idli and whatever, some food, whatever we eat. But actually the food is eating us in the sense this body. No doubt the body is a byproduct of the food, no doubt. But that food is also cooking us, literally, eating us. Scientifically, if you do the research, one will find it is glycating. The body is glycating every minute, meaning it is getting roasted, literally roasted. So the cartilage of a small child, if you see, will be white. The cartilage of a grown-up person and a very old person who is going to die will be brown. It is literally glycating. And aging is the process of glycating. And how does glycating happen? That's a natural process with food, etc. What happens? Metabolism and all that. But sugar, the sugar spikes speed up this glycating. Anyway, the point is what? This is made up of annam. And why give so much importance to this annam? It is byproduct of food and it has to be taken care of. So eat appropriately so that this glycating process can be, so the sugar spikes are lesser and one lives more healthy. Do whatever exercise, build the muscle, resistance training, all that one should do, sleep well. Then the body is one equipment for sadhana, that's all. Annamaya kosha is the first kosha. The grossest of all koshas is Annamaya kosha. Then Pranamaya kosha. One has to control the pranas, the five physiological functions in the body. And they have five upapranas also. These are vital forces in the body. We take prana from the five elements and that sustains this gross body. Prana pervades the gross body. Each kosha is subtler than the previous one. Prana is that because of which the body is able to do all its jobs. So inhale, exhale, evacuation, reproduction, so many, all these. Even the food we eat, digestion, assimilation, even ejection out of the body, is all happening because of prana shakti. And that prana is not consciousness. Prana is enlivener of consciousness because prana is jadavastu. Prana doesn't know anything. Prana is changing. So people think that prana is consciousness. Prana is not. Prana is the vital energy, that's all. And energy is not equal to consciousness. Consciousness is different. It is changeless, absolute truth. Energy changes. So, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya is the mind, the seat of emotions, the seat of what we say, the animal brain which is here. instincts. So the mind. And then comes the vijnanamaya kosha, which is buddhi. That is the seat of logic, rationality, values, goals. And last is anandamaya kosha, which is a state of happiness. Happiness in the state of deep sleep, when the BMI becomes dormant, as well as happiness in the waking state. When we think of some pleasurable object and we get, that is called priya. The pleasure that we get of that just out of thinking. Then the possibility of that object coming to us, then the pleasure is more. Mentally one is enjoying that. And then when actually that pleasure comes, then one is consuming it, enjoying it, then that is the third level. So priya, moda, pramoda. That's anandamaya kosha in the waking state. And same way waking dream, and then in deep sleep when the whole mind becomes dormant. Body, mind, intellect becomes dormant. Anandamaya kosha. Now they are called kosha because they are covering. What are they covering? They are as though covering the self. See, like this small finger, if we put over the eye, then this finger will cover the eye, then we can't see what is there. In that way, there is some covering. Like the clouds appear to cover the sun. Cloud is small, sun is so huge, yet it appears. Why? Because we are on the earth. So from earth when we see, it appears here, this cloud is covering the sun. But you go in the flight, then you see, sun is there, cloud is here. Nothing, there's no covering actually. So in that same way, pancha kosha, when we say, koṣeṣu pañcasv adhirājamānā, that consciousness which enlivens these five koshas, this five kosha actually as though covers this self. So we don't know our own true nature and we think we are this personality which is pancha kosha. Consciousness is that which is enlivening these five. So I am that consciousness. Koṣeṣu pañcasv adhirājamānā. That consciousness which is presiding over, which is enlivening, I am that, I am not the pancha kosha. So that is a negation and assertion. Otherwise we define ourselves with the pancha kosha. This body which is a byproduct of food, how much body shaming happens and how much one feels lesser or more because of the type of body one has. It is just a byproduct of food and it becomes food finally. Am I that bundle of just food? No, that depending on the whatever the karma one has to exhaust, one goes into different bodies. And then appropriate food in that particular yoni, in that particular body one will get. It is just a byproduct of food. Prana I am not, because I am aware of the physiological functions happening in the body. I am conscious. Thoughts, desires, emotions, I am aware of all of them. I am different from all of them. Bliss also I am aware, happiness also I am aware. So the point is, pancha kosha is only a covering. That also is apparent, is not real covering. Self can never be covered, like the sun can never be covered by the clouds. Now this also has one connection to Kashi. And what is that? One of the sadhanas that one does when one goes to Kashi is the Panchakroshi Parikrama. Because Kashi is Panchakroshi, 75 kilometers. So this Panchakroshi Parikrama is done, the whole Kashi's Parikrama one will do. Brahma Vaivarta Puran, Kashi Rahasya, 11th chapter, 17 to 19. These verses are mentioning about the glory of this pañcasv parikrama. So what is said here? Anyakshetre kritam papam punyakshetre vinashyati. Punyakshetre kritam papam varanasyam vinashyati. Varanasyam kritam papam antargehe vinashyati. Antargehe kritam papam vajralepo bhavishyati. Vajralepaच्छिदे ह्येतत् pañcasv pradakshinam. So here it is said that when we do papa in some other places which are not tirtha kshetras, in other regular places, then by going to any tirtha sthan, the meaning of the word tirtha is actually that. One meaning is that why does a place get that status of a tirtha? One of the reasons is by going to that place, the papas will get destroyed effortlessly, especially the sanchit karma, what we have accumulated. So that place is called as a tirtha sthan, which will increase punya and destroy papa. Every place will not be able to do that. There will be different reasons for it, why it destroys papa and increases punya. One of them will be Bhagwan will be manifest there. There can be other reasons also. That kshetra, some great rishi has done a lot of tapasya there. Like that, there will be different reasons. So, which will destroy papa? Effortlessly, it will destroy the papa of the jiva. So, the papa which is done in any other place goes by visiting tirtha kshetras. Punya kshetre vinashyati. Punya kshetra kritam papam. The papa done in the punya kshetra will get destroyed if you come to Varanasi. What about people who are living in Varanasi when they are doing the papa? Varanasyam kritam papam antargehe vinashyati. So in the inner core of the Kashi, the main temple perimeter, antargrihe vinashyati. Here grehe is written, but when we do the Hindi translation is antargrihe. Antargrihe does not mean inside my house. In that, the main Kashi 25 pañcasv 75 kilometers, the inner core, antargrihe. Now, antargrihe, in that main temple premises, if some papa happens, then vajralepo bhavishyati. Vajralepa means that which is very difficult to peel off. Vajra is diamond, lepa is apply. So the papa becomes very hard like diamond. Hard to break a diamond is difficult. Like that, this papa is very tough. In the inner premises, when something is done, then very tough to destroy it. Then what to do? That papa also, which is so difficult to destroy, will go by pañcasv parikrama. Pañcasv pradakshinam vajralepaच्छिदे. And so people do this pañcasv parikrama. And Bhagwan himself does, Vishweshwar Bhagwan himself does the parikrama twice in a year. Bhagwan is setting the example, you see. He doesn't have any papa to be destroyed. He does it out of his will. But he says this in the Sanat Kumar Samhita, it is said, Dakshine Chottare Chaiva Hyayane Sarvada Maya Kriyate Kshetra Dakshinyam. He does this pañcasv parikrama. And who started this pañcasv parikrama? Bhagwan Dandapani. And so the parikrama, when it is done, it is said here that 3 parikramas, when one does, one will attain Jivan Mukti. Oh, Swamiji, very easy. Then I will go and do 3 parikramas. We should understand 3 parikramas means what? It leads to full surrender of the 3 bodies, gross, subtle, causal. This, go beyond the waking dream, deep sleep. Then you become Jivan Mukta. Physically, so there can be many times I can do parikrama, but the point is my identification with the 3 bodies drop, 3 states of consciousness drop, 3 gunas drop. Then Jivan Mukti. That parikrama will help to get over 3 types of karma also. Sanchit, Prarabdha and Agami. Now the point is what? This parikrama when one is doing, it is done in 5 days. Pañcakroṣi parikrama, 25 course, 75 kilometers. So generally in 5 days one will do. And what are the 5 stops where one halts each day? So one starts from the main Kashi Vishwanath Mandir and Kardameshwar is 3 course 9 kilometers from Jnanvapi. Then second is Bhimachandi. From Kardameshwar to Bhimachandi is 5 course or 15 kilometers. Then Bhimachandi to Rameshwar is 7 course or 21 kilometers. Rameshwar to Shivpur is 4 course or 12 kilometers. And from there to Kapildhara is 3 course or 9 kilometers. And from Kapildhara one will again come back to Jnanvapi. That is 3 course or 9 kilometers. So this way 25 course or 75 kilometers. Now, what should one do while doing this parikrama? There are different deities. So Bhagwan will always be on the right side. And one will do the parikrama. There are various dharamshalas, etc., where one can stay. There are some people who will do this parikrama on Shivratri. They will finish without halting in any place. 75 kilometers. Early morning they start, by evening they finish. After the Kumbh Mela, so many sadhus, Mahatmas, they all go to Kashi, they stay there, and some of them go because they want to do the Pañcakroṣi parikrama. So it is generally done in Chaitra Mas, but Margashirsha and Falgun also people do, especially because of Shivratri, they do in Falgun also, Margashirsha. Then it is also said that this Pañcakroṣi parikrama, of course, has great Mahatmam, no doubt, but the Shastriya Vidhi one has to follow, and it is not just simply walking. It's not just covering some 75 kilometers. One has to follow some basic rules which are given. Otherwise, Shiva Rahasya gives certain difficult rules which people are not able to follow, and here also it is said that only Nandi, Ganeshji and Bhairav are able to do this Pañcakroṣi parikrama with the 100% Shastriya Vidhi. Others are able to do with certain simplified rules. So what are the simplified rules? That one should ensure that Bhagwan is always on the right, and while chanting, while walking, one should chant Har Har Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanatha Gange, or any other name of Bhagwan, Om Namah Shivaya, anything, whatever one feels is the name of Bhagwan, which is from the Shastra. Chant that, do the kirtan, and avoid gossiping and all that, and krodh, so anger, telling lies, having any dvesha, doing any prohibited karma. All this one has to follow. Then wherever one stays, there read the Shastra like Shiva Puran or Skanda Puran, Kashi Khand, and do satsang. Simple rules these are that one can always follow. The idea is that it doesn't become just a mere exercise in walking. One is doing satsang, one is chanting Bhagwan's name, one is purifying one's mind, one is doing morning evening puja of Bhagwan. So all that when one does, then that parikrama becomes fruitful. And on the way there are many temples of various deities. Visit them, worship there, offer some flowers, chant some name of Bhagwan. So that way one does. Now the point why I am saying this is, when people go to Kashi, we go quickly, do some darshan, come back. If you have time, do this Panchakroshi Parikrama. Shankaracharya himself has written about this. koṣeṣu pañcasv adhirājamānā. That consciousness which is presiding over this. So Panchakroshi, if we understand externally, that is one. But that Panchakrosha is what? It is this 5 koṣas. And doing any parikrama is what is the main purpose? We internalize that state. So Kashi itself, the geographical place is okay, 75 kilometers. But what is Kashi? It is indicating that state of consciousness. So the Panchakosha, what consciousness is illumining, enlivening? I am that consciousness, I am not the Panchakosha. If even with that attitude one does the parikrama, that who is Kashi Vishwanath? Kashi Vishwanath is my pure consciousness. Then much more impact it has. And 3 times one is doing with that awareness, sākṣīkahaṃ nija-bodha-rūpā. Shiva is the witness in me, I am that Shiva. Then that is what will lead to Jivan Mukti. So Ganga Snan, Panchakroshi Parikrama, Vishwanath Ji's Darshan, all these, the Vedantic significance we have to understand. That is one and the same, that I am that consciousness. So Pancha Kosha, koṣeṣu pañcasv adhirājamānā, buddhi Bhavānī, mother Bhavānī, she is the buddhi. So buddhi is the discriminative power that we have. Buddhi has discriminative power, buddhi is the intellect. So she is representing Shakti. And in this buddhi is the reflection of consciousness, which makes us human beings unique. In every other jiva, in the sukshma sharira, there is reflection of consciousness, no doubt. But they are not aware of that. As human beings, we can be aware of that. That is what is self-awareness. People use self-awareness in regular sense of being aware of the personality, the traits, the qualities, my strengths, my weaknesses as an individual. But in Vedanta, self-awareness means what? Being aware, my nature is self. So this infinite consciousness reflecting in the subtle body is the jiva, Mr. So-and-so. That is what we think we are, buddhi Bhavānī. And so all karmas are happening as a jiva. This consciousness enlivening this buddhi, there is this capability in the buddhi to then act. Buddhi further identifies with the body and this equipment is functioning. So buddhi Bhavānī prati deha-geham, in each jiva, buddhi, the intellect, is Bhavānī. But this capability, sākṣī Shiva, sākṣī śivaḥ is, I am that consciousness which is the witness. So witness consciousness is what the buddhi is capable of in human beings. That I can stand apart and be an observer. This whole thing comes and goes. Body, thoughts, emotions, they just come, they go. I am the witness. So sākṣī śivaḥ. And who is that sākṣī? Sarvagato'ntarātmā. He is all pervasive and the inner self. Meaning not this external BMI, not the Jiva, but the innermost, the nature of consciousness. That is sākṣī. So sākṣī is the subtlest sadhana that one can do, is to remain as a sākṣī. I am the witness. Uninvolved, unaffected observer. Aksha means to see. Sākṣī is to see clearly without any equipment. Sākṣāt ikṣate. Directly one is perceiving. Right now we are being aware of ourselves through the equipment. Like through these spectacles I am seeing. If I remove the spectacles, with the eye I am seeing directly. Like that, through the BMI we are perceiving the world. But in that we have forgotten our nature. This BMI is a tool, like this spectacle is a tool. But I am not this. But now if I think I am this spectacle, how silly it is. Same way it is. BMI is an equipment. I am the consciousness. Reflecting through that, then it is becoming a sākṣī. So the subtlest sadhana I can do is remain as a sākṣī. Then what will happen? Whatever is seen will drop. Then the sākṣī bhāv also will drop. Then what remains is infinite consciousness, indescribable. So all sadhanas will finally culminate in sākṣī bhāv sadhana. I am sākṣī. This we have seen earlier also, Kaivalya Upanishad. Trishudhamasu yad bhogyam bhokta bhogascha yad bhavet tebhyo vilakshana sākṣī chinmatroham sada śivaḥ. I am that sākṣī of whatever is the object of enjoyment, the enjoyer, and their connection, which is enjoyment. I am a witness of these three. Until these three, Triputi is there, there is something to witness. I am the witness. I am not the entity, I am not the object, I am not the experience of the entity and the object. I am their witness. When I just abide as a witness and I don't feed the scene, whatever is being witnessed, it will drop automatically. Then even the sākṣī bhāv is not there. So the highest truth is Chinmatra, Sada Śivaḥ, is only consciousness. There is no witness in that also. Because there is nothing to witness. Where is the duality? So this is a beautiful shloka. The use of the pancha kosha is to come to the sākṣī and then finally drop that sākṣī bhāv also. So let us contemplate on this today. Sit erect. The head, the neck and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently. Relax the shoulders. Let your hands be in your lap. Palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Invoke gratitude in your heart. Thank Bhagavan that you are born in Bharat. This is a Punya Bhumi where Bhagavan has taken avatar many times. The land of the rishis, the land of adhyatmic sadhana, wishing the well-being of everyone. Be grateful to Bhagavan. Even devatas feel jealous of those who are born in Bharat. They long to be born here. Purna Avatar Bhagavan Krishna walked on this sacred land. Thank Bhagavan that we are able to do sadhana in this month of Shravan. And especially the formless contemplation. Suggest to the mind that for the next 20 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. Except breathing, no other movements. I am alert, awake, and quiet. I am only a seeker, a devotee, and my goal is self-realization. Relax the body through deep breathing, slow, steady, and deep. As you inhale, be a witness of how the body is breathing. As you exhale, be a witness. When we say relax, you exhale slowly. Exhale all the air. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Continue to breathe at your own pace. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, invoke the auspicious form of your Sadguru. Prostrate in front of the Sadguru out of gratitude. Offer some flowers at the feet of the Sadguru. May the grace and the guidance of the Sadguru help us to contemplate out of gratitude. Chant Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Repose the Guru back into your heart. Feel that you have come to Varanasi. Invoke the glorious form of Bhagavan Kashi Vishwanath. Especially the Sanctum Sanctorum, where the elliptical linga is there on the golden yoni. A little below the ground level. There's a golden rectangle enclosing it. Keep this linga in the mind. Feel that you are doing the Panchakroshi Parikrama of Bhagavan. He is on your right side. You have started from the temple and the Panchakroshi Parikrama. As you are doing, we will chant together. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanatha Gange. And as we are chanting, remember that our nature is Shiva. I am infinite consciousness that enlivens the Panchakosha. I am that sākṣī who is Shiva. That enlivens the Panchakoshas, that reflects in the buddhi, that is all pervasive. "27 times we will chant. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanatha Gange. 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 हर हर महादेव शंभो काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे। 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 Continue to chant mentally. Complete the pradakshina, come back to the sanctum. Feel that you are sitting in front of Bhagavan Kashi Vishwanath, contemplating on his formless nature. कोṣeṣu pañcasv adhirājamānā buddhir Bhavānī prati deha-geham sākṣī Shiva sarvagato'ntarātmā kāśikāhaṃ nija-bodha-rūpā kāśikāhaṃ nija-bodha-rūpā. I am that consciousness which presides over and enlivens the five koṣas. I am not the five koṣas. I'm not a bundle of food, vital air, emotions and thoughts. These come and go. I'm only the enlivener of these. Chinmatroham sada Shiva. I am consciousness alone, ever auspicious, is my nature. Bhavānī is the buddhi, in which the self reflects. As a human, one can come to realize this, that I am consciousness. I am the sākṣī, the witness. Be in the state of sākṣī bhāv, witness the activities of the pañcakoṣas, the body is sitting, the prana is going on, mind is going through some emotions, buddhi is contemplating, there is a joy in this contemplation. I am the witness of all these. Uninvolved, unaffected observer I am. The nature of sākṣī is Satchidanand. I am that. Offer some flowers to Bhagavan Kashi Vishwanath. Prostrate in front of Bhagavan. By the grace of Bhagavan, may we come to realize our formless nature, the Shiva Tattva. Repose the form of Bhagavan back into your heart. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. Be aware of the happenings around you. We pray for everyone's well-being. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asato Nam Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub your palms, place them on the face, gently open the eyes. Okay. Hari Om. Thank you.